Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. You guys, I'm like 2 minutes late. I'm so sorry. I'll try to be better. I'll try to do better. How are we? How are we? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to my live. This is one of my exclusive live trainings. So if you're tuning in, get excited because I don't really do these often. But the one I did last time, like 2 weeks ago, went over really, really well. You guys loved it. I gave out so much super juicy insider information. And yeah, I had like a ton of people in here and you guys just loved it. And I did a giveaway and I'm doing a giveaway again today. So if you guys want to make sure you stay tuned for the giveaway, because I'm only going to give it away to somebody who's there at the end, right? You can only claim the prize if you're here. So yeah, super exciting. So thanks so much. I'm live 2 places at once, so just so you guys know, but I will be addressing both platforms. So we're here together. It's like we're not even apart, which isn't that nice? Isn't that so nice? I'm so excited. You guys are excited to be here. I do want to give about like 2 minutes before we really dive into everything, just so the people who wanted to join that I let know this was going on will be here, get a chance to come in before we really dive into it, because you know me, I hate fluff. I'm not going to waste your time. Who likes their time being wasted? I know I don't, so I'm not going to waste your time, but we are going to dive into the 2 weeks ago, that training was about like really how you can become a 10-hour 10K work monther, right? Where you take a skill, a digital skill of some sort, like copywriting, graphic design, SEO, and you could turn it into a full business and only work 10 hours per month and make over 10K per month. And this live training is going to incorporate that a little bit, but it's mainly going to be on the ins and the outs of meta advertising, which in my opinion that I have seen year over year is the skill, is the trade that pays the most. I call it the 10K skill because average contract jobs for a meta advertiser are in the $3,000 to $10,000 per month retainer range. So even on the low end, you're looking at a $3,000 per month retainer. So crazy high in demand, high paying skill, something you can't learn in school. There's not even degrees in this. I don't have a degree. I've been doing this for 11 years now. I make $80,000 to $120,000. I offer meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing, but meta ads is my bread and butter. That is the skill that pays the highest. It's just I'm easily able to incorporate the other two, and then my average client value goes up incredibly because now I'm able to offer 2 more services, and the retainer obviously goes up for that. So welcome, especially if you guys are new here. Please like and share this live so that everybody gets the best information, and it means a lot to me, and it's something that'll help me be able to keep doing these live trainings, because this is something new for me. Going live at about 5 o'clock at night. I want to be able to offer that to people who have jobs, because typically 5 o'clock is family time. So I want to make sure that this is valuable for you guys. And if you guys share it and you like it, that lets me know that it is valuable for you guys. And I will continue to do these lives for you, because this is going to be stuff that I don't share on my regular Q&A lives. This is going to be stuff you can only get from these exclusive live trainings. And this is the second one I've only ever done. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing them, only if I get good feedback from you guys and we get a lot of action in here. So then that way I know you guys, it's worth your while, right? I don't want to waste your time, and I'm sure you don't want to waste mine. So only trying to help and benefit. So I'm going to deep dive into what it takes to be a meta ads expert, what I call the 10K skill. I'm going to really dive into the back end of it, what it looks like. I'm going to open up my advertising manager to show you. I've got my little dry erase board here to draw some stuff out, right? So it's going to be like a full-on in-depth live training, and I'm super excited you guys are here. Keep in mind, I am live at 2 places at once. Normally during my lives, I just read your comments and I answer or dive into more of what you guys ask me to dive into more. But this one is going to be more so, I'm going to run through an entire training. It's going to be super tangible, things that you can take with you, not just a bunch of fluff. I will see your comments throughout this, and I'll try to respond where I can. but do know that I will open it up at the end for a full Q&A. So feel free to ask questions throughout, but just know you will have dedicated time at the end to ask questions. And plus, you guys want to stay till the end, I promise, because I'm going to do a giveaway. 2 weeks ago I did it, and I actually ended up giving 2 10-hour 10K work month courses away, which is a $4,000 value. So yeah, if you want the opportunity to win that, this live is only going to be an hour long. So don't worry, I'm not gonna to kill your night here, guys. Okay. Yeah, so I'm super excited. Also, just so you guys know, the 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp is half off during this live training, and it'll be half off about 30 minutes after. So you guys have a full opportunity to check it out if you guys like. What I go over, it's not even going to hold a cake to what's in the entire boot camp. So if you guys felt that this was valuable and you enjoyed it and feel like you want to learn more, the boot camp is going to be something you're going to want to look into. If you click the link in my profile, it'll take you to my link tree. It's going to be the first link in my link tree called the 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp, where I teach you how to work smarter, not harder, how to automate, how to delegate, and I teach you the services and skills you can offer to businesses. Thanks for my hat. Offer to businesses to turn into a business that allows you to work only 10 hours per month and make 10K per month. So again, that'll be half off for the entirety of the live and about 30 minutes after the live, so you have plenty of time to check it out. I think the timer for that discount ends just at 6:30. So we do have a hard stop for that. If you guys have been thinking about it, that will be the time. But as I said, there will be a lucky giveaway winner at the end. So please, please, please stay tuned. Okay, so I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time. I did want to give a little bit of context. Let me go ahead and give my brief introduction for those of you guys that are new here. So keep liking and sharing the live in the meantime. And then I'm going to get right to it. It's all just going to be juicy, tangible information. So hi, welcome. My name is Laura Anderson, also known as Digital Laura Anderson. I'm so happy and excited you guys are here. I am the founder of the 10-hour 10K work month, which is now being turned into, the framework has changed so many people's lives that it's now, I've gotten a book deal. Book is going to come out fall 2025. Your girl, my face is going to be on bookshelves like Target, Barnes & Noble, the airport. Can you believe it? It is also what got me my deal with HubSpot Podcast Network. So 7-day weekend podcast, new episodes are coming. I just signed with the biggest business podcast network in the world. So crazy cool. It is also what has gotten me all of my speaking engagements. I just was recently in New Zealand, where I talked to over 1,300 people, including the Prime Minister, on how to leverage AI in business. I have another one coming up next week, or not next week, next month in New York City. So I'm super, super excited. What else do I do? I'm a media buyer by trade. What that means is I have clients, I run their meta ads, their TikTok ads, and I do their email marketing. This makes me anywhere from $80,000 to $120,000 every single month. The service that I offer, that is my main bread and butter, is meta ads, and that's exactly what we're going to dive into here today, right now. You can't learn this in school. There's no degree in it. I don't have a degree. I've never once had a client ask me if there was a degree. And even my very first client, like 11 years ago, I got paid $2,500 per month. $2,500 per month as a total beginner, no education, like no degree, no past experience, no previous portfolio or case study. So this is something that like you can do completely as a total beginner without investing any capital. You don't have to go into debt to go to school to learn this. Like it's a trade that's done fully and completely and totally online, right? I made my first $10,000 month as a broke bartender. I was doing this on the side as a broke bartender, and I hit my first $10,000 month, and I didn't pay a dime. Like I didn't pay a dime to get to that level, outside of Wi-Fi and a computer, right? But the library has those for free, right? So, I mean, really, you could get there without spending a single dime. And it's the future, right? Trades have always been around, but now that we live in the digital world, there are digital trades, things that we can do strictly and totally from the computer that they don't teach in school, that allow us to be contract workers, work for ourselves, and make really good money. And the beauty about things on the computer is that they can be automated, especially because of AI. So without further ado, let's dive into what it takes to be a meta ads expert, right? This is my highest paying trade service that I offer, just to give you guys kind of an idea of like the scope. Because I know there's a big concern of like, oh, well, it's so saturated, right? It's so saturated, competition, blah, blah, blah. And I think we get a little off put when we think about working for ourselves, that we have to deal with saturation and competition. But it's no different than getting a job. It's like, say you're an accountant, right? And some 18-year-old comes up to you and is like, hey, I think I'm going to go to school to get a degree and be an accountant, right? And they're like, you look like you like your job. You make good money. So I think I want to do it. What do you think it's a good idea? And then that person being like, no, don't do it. Because I don't want you to turn into my competition and maybe steal jobs from me in the future, right? Like, no, you don't say that. This is the same with something like this, with a service like this. Like, yeah, there's other people doing it, but the opportunity is untapped. It's untapped. And I can tell you specifically how I know that. Like, if it was saturated, right? If this was something that I would even coin as saturated, just strictly from a supply and demand standpoint, if you go on places like Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed, hundreds of listings. That means that the supply is so low that they have to outwardly go out and find it. If there was enough supply and saturation, they wouldn't have to make listings or posting because they would be so bombarded with people offering this service to them day in and day out, right? So I did pull up, and this is just what I pulled up like 5 minutes ago, looking for offers or jobs in the meta ads, or what's also known as media buying. Like, okay, so if we searched for listings, right? And first of all, look at all of them. This is for a meta ads media buyer. It goes all the way down to the bottom. And then of course there's even more, right? Like, look at all the pages. And if we read through some of these, we've got, and these are listings that were just posted. Like, I just looked at this today. Paid ad specialist. We've got a budget of $2,000 per month. World-class meta ads specialist, $95 an hour. Fractional marketing manager for meta ads, $60 an hour. We've got e-commerce marketing specialist, meta and TikTok ads for $3,000 per month. This goes on and on and on. We go to places like, oh, sorry, Indeed's waiting for my verification. We go to places like Indeed, and I narrowed it down to filter only jobs that are contract work and remote, right? So these aren't full-time in-house positions. A lot of them pay a salary, but it's a contract salary, meaning like you're not working for them 9 to 5, you're flexible, this is just what they pay you to get the job done. Social media specialist, $40 an hour. Marketing director specified in meta ads, $50,000 a year. Keep in mind, that's one client that you would have, one. Real estate marketing, freelance lead generation in meta ads, $100,000 a year for one client. Organic social media manager ad specialist, $1,500 per month. List goes on and on. Then we go over to LinkedIn, okay? Of course, LinkedIn's gonna have a ton. And I did the same thing where I narrowed it down to contract remote work. So there's tons, like tons and tons and tons of these listings, right? So the opportunity is nuts, and right, like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that getting your first client is super easy. Of course not, right? Getting clients is the hardest part in any of this, okay? Making money is the hardest part in anything, right? So getting clients, of course, is the hardest part, but it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And if you're consistent with it, eventually get your first client. I got my first client with no experience, no previous, I don't have a degree, nothing. All of my students get their first clients with no previous experience or degree. It's a numbers game. Eventually you get your first client and it starts to snowball. Okay, so let me go into what meta ads is, okay? And what it does, because there's a common misconception, and this is totally valid because I'd probably think the same thing if I had no idea what it was, right? When you see these ads on Meta, like Facebook or Instagram or on TikTok, we think of it as like, oh, it's a digital billboard, right? That client, that brand submitted an ad and it just runs as like a digital billboard, okay? And that's not the case at all. Ads get served. They get served to people. You're seeing those ads for a reason, right? Because either your interests or your behaviors have led them to believe that this ad is for you, okay? And so with things like television or radio, newspapers, magazines, you could never target your audience the same way that we can through advertising online, right? Like we can get it down to, you know, if the person just announced that they're pregnant, right? If they're a female, their age range, where they live, the other types of interests they have, the types of behaviors that they take on social media, what are the other things that they're buying? So that we know, like, okay, this baby product is going to be great for them, right? Say it's an organic baby product, like an organic onesie, okay? And say this mom just recently announced she's pregnant. She's super interested. She's liked all the wellness companies, right? She's like healthy, crunchy mom. This organic onesie, let's put it in front of her. She's gonna love it, right? So it's not just like a digital billboard. Ads get served to people. And so it is our responsibility as meta ads experts, media buyer experts, to get those ads to be served to the right people, to read and analyze that data so that we can scale these ads profitably. And again, this is what pays the big bucks. I have clients that spend 100, 200, hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month on these platforms, right? In advertising spend. And in return, I get them $300, $400, $500,000. That's like, imagine you just put $1 into a machine and then that machine gives you $5 back, right? That's what's happening, okay? It's not easy to get to that point. It's very strategic. There's a lot of testing, a lot of throwing spaghetti at the wall. But when you know what you're doing, you can get there really, really fast and very, very profitably. So I'm gonna take you a little bit behind the scenes on what that looks like, because now we've kind of established that they're not digital billboards, right? And keep in mind, the client is responsible for the creative, okay? They give that to us. We're not the ones as media buyers, meta ads experts, creating the ads, okay? Thank God, right? I don't know anything about video editing. I can't film a product. Like, that is not what we do here. So they provide the creative for us, whether they do that in-house or they have a creative agency that produces like studio quality content, or UGC, right? It's usually a nice big mix of all of that stuff. So we gotta test, right? We gotta test what works. Is it UGC, studio content? Is it a mix of all of them? I'm gonna give you guys a big secret here. All marketing is testing. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything. All we know is that we have to test. You can test smart, but all it is testing. And the more you test, the more you learn, the better your marketing gets, because it's tailored and it's data. It's data. Okay, so when we get on the back ends of Ads Manager, right, this is what it's gonna look like. Keep in mind, this is a dummy account. I can't take you into my clients' accounts. I do take you into my clients' accounts in the 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp, and I show you the exact moves I make. So like you see in real time, like a real account that's spending real money, what that looks like and the exact moves I make, how I strategize, how I analyze the data, all of that. But I wanna break down like what it looks like on the back end. So when you get in the back end of Meta Ads Manager, right, the client's gonna assign you access, right? So you're not doing anything under your name. Your credit card is not on file to run their ads. If they are asking you to do that, it is a red flag. Run, they're trying to scam you. Never pay for their ads. That is not what you're doing. Your monthly retainer is completely separate from advertising spend, okay? That's a whole other budget on their credit card. Not my circus, not my monkeys, okay? So this is what it's gonna look like, right? You're gonna have a tab for your campaigns. You're gonna have a tab for your ad sets / audiences, and then for your ads, right? So think of the campaign. This is where the strategy comes in, right? What we're doing, what we're optimizing for, what our intent is. And then the ad sets, think of this as our audiences that we're going to be targeting, because we're not just targeting like, one audience. We get into the nitty gritty. We test a lot. And that's what the best marketers do, because again, nobody knows anything. We just have to test. What works for one client, even in the same industry, doesn't work for the other client. Which is why a lot of my clients come to me after they've been with agencies, because they get burned by agencies, because agencies will put clients into the same structure for every single client and not test like individually at all, and it just messes them all up and it's terrible. Okay. And then the second column is ads, and this is where the creative and the copy live, okay? So I'm gonna show you kind of, because it'll make more sense when I put it on a drawing board, of what a typical campaign strategy will look like. And keep in mind, this is going to be acquisition, right? We're going to be acquiring new customers. This might be customers that are aware of the brand, right? Or product, or company, but they've never really interacted before, meaning they've never gone to the website, they've never clicked on an ad, they've never liked a social media post. Okay, so what it's going to look like is you're going to build, let me do it this way. Okay. So we're going to build a campaign, okay? The campaign is, like I said, we're kind of like the strategy the goal lives, right? And with Meta, we can optimize. You want to optimize for your client's end goal. And this is a big insider secret that you will see a lot of people who don't know what they're talking about, or clients that say like, hey, I tried it. I tried Meta ads. I lost a lot of money and it didn't work. And when you ask them, okay, well, what was your campaigns? What were your campaigns set up like? And what were you optimizing for? And then it's a dead ringer when they're optimizing for the wrong thing. You always want to optimize for your client's end goal. The beauty about Meta ads or TikTok ads is that we can tell Meta or TikTok exactly what we want the customer to do, and it will find those people that will do that, right? So if you want to find people, like if you want to run an ad and you just want to get a bunch of comments on it to look good, right? You have an ad running, people see that ad, there's a ton of engagement, it looks good. You can optimize for engagement, and it's going to serve that ad, obviously, to people within the audience you select. We'll get into that in a second, but it's going to serve it to people within the audience you select that are known to engage in content, and they're not going to serve it to anybody else. And it's going to have a call to action that encourages engagement, right? Going to be like this post, comment now, right? It's going to have that engagement or call to action for engagement. If you're a real estate agent and you want leads, only ever optimize for leads. And let me just show you like all the things you can optimize for. And that's why it gets confusing, because so many people will be like, okay, so when you go to click to create a campaign, that's what I just did, create, it's going to say, hey, what options do you, what do you want to optimize for? Okay. Do you want to optimize for awareness, right? Basically, do you just want to throw the ad up there so people see it and it gets, awareness is going to get you the cheapest amount of reach, okay? Because you just want people to see it. Traffic, do you want people to go to your website, right? And this is the big common misconception one, because like in our heads, we're like, yeah, of course we want people to go to our website. That's the whole point, right? Like if we're selling something, we want people to go to their website. But you have to keep in mind that they will do what you tell them to do. So if you want them to go to your website, that's what they're going to do. But that's all they're going to do. That Facebook isn't going to look for people who purchase. They're going to look for people who just go to the website and do nothing else. So like you have to get in the mindset of always, always, always optimizing for the end goal. Then there's engagement, there's leads, there's app promotion, there's sales. And keep in mind that each of these have like sub-optimizations too. So there's a lot of different things you can optimize for, and it can get confusing, especially like if you don't know what you're doing. So for this example, we're gonna do an e-commerce store. Let's say a Gen Z jewelry brand store, okay? Right? Their target audience is Gen Zers, right? Gen Zers love jewelry stacks. I don't know, I'm not a Gen Zer, okay? So we're gonna set up a campaign. We're gonna have the goal for this campaign to be purchase. In Meta ads, it's called conversion. In TikTok ads, it's called complete purchase. It's the same thing. So we're going to optimize for purchase. You can optimize for people to view the page. You can optimize for people to add to cart. You can optimize for people to view the page, add to cart, initiate checkout, meaning they filled out their information, like their billing information. And then you can optimize for purchase, right? And a lot of people will tell you, Facebook will tell you, you got to season the pixel, right? And the pixel is how we track everything, right? So Facebook will give you a pixel for you to put on your website so that they can track all of the actions that are taken from people who see the ad. And people will say you have to season the pixel, right? So first you got to get them to view the content. Then you got to get them to add to cart. Then you got to get them to initiate checkout. Then you can optimize for purchase. No, that's horseshit. Don't listen to any of that. I promise. I've been doing this for 11 years. I manage millions and millions and millions annually. And I can tell you that is hogwash. Always optimize for the end goal. Say it with me. Always optimize for the end goal. The end goal, they want to get purchases. Optimize for purchases, okay? Now that I've said that, then we got to go into the second tab, which was ad sets, also known as audiences, right? So we are going to have, typically I have 5 to 10, okay? Let's see. You can call this ad set, you can call it audience, doesn't matter, same shit. So let's do ad set 1, Sorry, my handwriting is... And you guys, I am going to make this worth your while. Remember, I'm doing a giveaway at the end, so please stay till the end. Continue to like and share the live if you guys want to win, okay? Because it's a $4,000 value, so it's actually like a $11,000 value if you tally up everything that's included in it. It's just the price is $4,000. But it's also half off right now during this live. Okay, but somebody's going to win it at the end, so... Typically in my campaign that I'm optimizing for purchases, I will have 5 to 10 ad sets, right? Because this is small, we'll go with 5. And within the ad set is where we can have our audience selections, right? There is an audience insight tool that you can use. This is where I do like a competitor analysis report for my clients to kind of find out who their competitors are, what their audience likes, their current customers like, right? So for instance, like I said, this is Gen Z. What are things Gen Z like? And like, keep in mind, you can target very, very hyper specific. So let me just go in and show you like what we can target things for. And it'll show you about how many people it will reach. So when we're in here right now, we're in the ads set tabs. We can go ahead, we can specify the location, we can specify the age range if we want, we can specify the gender, and we can do some detailed targeting if you go into here. And this will allow you to search for behaviors, interests, demographics, all of that stuff. So, and it'll give you other suggestions too. So say, you know, what do Gen Zers like? They like Coachella, okay? So we're gonna search Coachella, and one of the interests that pops up that we can target is Coachella, music event. And then it's going to give us other things that we think are also relevant, right? Like Lollapalooza, Ultra, Tomorrowland, Burning Man. These are all obviously festivals if we start adding other things. But I would leave this as one interest all on its own. If it's jewelry, I would narrow it down to only females because you don't want it to spend money on males because that's not who's most likely going to convert, right? We want to allocate all of the budget to where the customers are going to convert. And it says our audience is broad, right? It's going to target 11 to 13 million people. So that's a good audience. Then we can go down to placements, right? Where do we want these ads placed on these platforms, right? You can do Advantage Plus placements, meaning like Facebook is just going to be like, or Meta's going to say like, hey, I know better than you do. Let me decide where these ads go. I don't let that happen. I haven't seen it do the best for me. Sometimes in retargeting when you're scaling, that's fine, but acquisition, no way, Jose. So I always narrowed it down to just Facebook, just Instagram, and all I want to usually have it on is the Facebook feed, the Instagram feed. I don't like it in Marketplace. Facebook video feeds, Instagram Explore, I don't like that either. Stories, I want it on Instagram Stories, I want it on Facebook Stories. I don't want in-stream ads. I don't want search results ads. So you can pick and choose specifically where you want the ads to be shown. And that's all within the ad set audience, right? So we've got 5 of them, right? We've got 5 different audiences. So say Coachella, other things that Gen Z like. What do they like? Anybody want to give me any insight? The TV show Euphoria, okay? They like the brand Uggs, right? Ugg shoes. I don't know if they like Uggs anymore. I don't know. Oh, God. Okay, but we're going to have 5, all right? We would be doing insight, and also the client can provide a customer avatar for you of who their target customer is so that they like vampires. Hailey Bieber, that's a really good one. Yeah, Hailey Bieber's targetable. You can target people who like Hailey Bieber. And you can get like hyper specific too. You can narrow it down to like people who, so say it was like a lip gloss brand, right? So you can narrow it down to people who like Hailey Bieber and also like lip gloss, right? So it's hyper specific. Tate McRae, yes, these are great. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. So now we are optimizing for purchases. We've got 5 to 10 different ad sets / audiences. And then within each ad set and audience, we're going to have 5 to 10 ads, okay? For this purpose, again, because this is small, I'll just do 5. 5 for each. I'm not going to write these all out. You guys get the idea, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I forgot 4. 1, 4, 5. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to run through this and make this as like knowledgeable and beneficial for you guys as possible. Let me know if you guys are finding this interesting. If you're finding value in this, if you're getting a lot of information, like give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a share, just so I know that I'm not wasting your guys' time, that you guys like this, and I'll keep doing these, okay? So here's what it will look like, right? You got the campaign that we're optimizing for purchases. Okay, love this. It's interesting. Okay, really, really good. This is why they pay us the big bucks, right? Because like we're just scratching the surface here, okay, guys? Like it gets really, really, really in depth. You're secretly watching it work. Ooh, I love it. Also, you know, you don't want to work anymore. And this is how you're going to not work anymore, okay? This is how like hundreds of my students don't work jobs anymore, because we learn skills like this that pay really, really well, right? You know, trades have always been a thing. They've always been around. It's just they've usually had to be on location and labor intensive. But now that we live in the digital world, that these trades are, you know, anybody can do them from a computer. They don't, and trades are something that they don't even teach in school, right? There's no degree in med ads. Which is crazy because it pays really high. What's also crazy too is that other trades that pay really high and that people would rather like work a 9 to 5 where they make like 50K a year. I saw that like elevator technicians, right, where they do 6 months paid apprenticeship, paid, and then they start out making over $100,000 a year. So there's like 22-year-olds who do like 6 months of paid apprenticeship and are out making 100K, like fixing elevators. I'm sorry, I would much rather do that than work a 9 to 5. I wouldn't do either of them because I'd rather do this, but I'm just saying, like, it's just crazy that we're so ingrained that like go to school, get a degree, get a job, and then work 9 to 5 making 50K. Like, could not be me. Could not be me. It's been me. It's been me. Trust me, it's been me. Could not be me anymore, okay? But yeah, like, I think trades are just a better way to go regardless. If you want to be like a labor-intensive trade, some people like that. People like working with their hands, like, and that is such a better alternative than like, we're just, and it's crazy because it's like looked down on. It's like HVAC people, like the people who fix like my AC make over 6 figures. I would much rather fix AC machines than sit at a desk, just saying. So I don't get how trades are looked down on, because like, who's winning? Who's winning? The person who's like, doesn't have to work a job, they just go calls, they like meet new people, they just fix AC machines. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I would rather do that. Okay, anyways, back to business. Stop wasting our time here, everybody. I'm just talking about myself. I'm talking to me, sorry. Okay, so we've got our campaign that we've optimized for purchase. We've got 5 to 10 audiences, and within each audience, we've got 5 to 10 creatives, okay? And there we can have a variety of different ad creatives. We can have a video, we can have a carousel, we can have a still image, we could have what's called like a catalog, so where we have a video and then the products listed underneath. You've probably seen every single one of these style of ads. And the thing is that it's not like which one should I do. It's we have to try all of them and see which ones convert best for our specific client, okay? Because like I said, it's not one size fits all. It'd be really nice if it was. It'd be really easy if it was, but it's not. And this is why they pay us, because we're constantly testing and we're constantly optimizing. So you're gonna try out 5 to 10 different ad creatives. Like I said, the client will provide the actual creative. It is our responsibility to then put it into a carousel format, a single video format, or a catalog format. And then we come up with the copy. I typically have AI do it, okay? I mean, my freelancers do it, right? I delegate the work out, but we have AI write the copy. Client approves it, good to go. We set this all live, okay? We give it a budget, right? We tell Facebook, and we can either do campaign optimization budget or ad set optimization budget. Campaign optimization budget is giving the entire campaign a budget and saying, okay, Meta, we trust you to take that budget and distribute it how you see fit, right? If you want to distribute it all to this one audience and all to this like 2 ads in there, you can do that. But when I'm testing acquisition, I never do that. I always do ad set optimization. So it's CBO, campaign optimization, or ABO, ad set optimization. And then ad set optimization gives us more control. It allows us to say like, okay, my whole budget is $500, okay, daily. that means I'm going to do $100 on this ad set, $100 on this ad set, $100 here, $100 here, $100 here, right? This way we know, like, okay, we've given all of these audiences a fair chance. We can't do like ad level optimization. Facebook just dictates us that we don't have a choice. We could just put one ad in there and then we would know for sure if this ad is a hit or not, but that's just not what we do. So now we turn it on, right? We crack it open. We let this baby ride. I keep an eye on it daily, right? But I don't make any moves until typically about day 3. And there's no rules, right? There's no rules. If day 1 you're seeing like crazy results one way or another and you want to take action, you do that. It's a gut thing. And this is also like why they pay us very well, because like we are the expert here and we're the ones in here knowing what to do and what to make based on what we think is best. So after say 3 days, we're going to make moves, right? We're going to be like, okay, because luckily Meta tells us all of this information, okay? We know down to the penny how much money our ads are bringing in for our clients, which again is why we can justify our high rates, right? Like I said, if I'm making my client $500,000 off $100,000, them paying me $10,000 a month is nothing. It's a really, really, really great rate. Okay, so we're on day 3. Now we're gonna look at it, okay? Oh man, ad set 1 and ad set 2, they're crushing it, okay? We are getting sales up the wazoo. Our return on advertising spend is really high. It's profitable. But ad set 3 and 4, nah man. We're not profitable. We're losing money. So what do? We turn them off. All the ads, all the audiences, we turn them off, okay? Shut it down. Now we're going to go into audience 1, ad set 1, audience 2, and we're going to look at the ads, okay? Oh, ad set 1, man. 3 of these ads blowing out of the water. Profits up the wazoo. These are great. The other 2, garbage. Turn them off. Okay? Let's go into this audience. Ad set audience. Oh my gosh, only 1 of them is profitable. This is wild. Got to get rid of the other 4, okay? Now we have this, right? So this is what a question I get a lot is like, oh, well, what if we put up an ad and it performs bad and our client gets really mad, right? We're testing a shit ton at a time. So the profitable stuff carries the non-profitable stuff. It's never like we put up one ad, we cross our fingers. If it flops, we're fucked. If it wins, we're good. No. We're going on and on and on and on for days, okay? Because now what happens, right? Now what happens is, like I said, we're always testing 5 to 10 audiences at a time and a 5 to 10 ads at a time, right? So now that we've turned off the 3 other ads, we got to put them in with 3 new audiences, right? So now we put in 3 new audiences, okay? And again, some Gen Z stuff. We had Hailey Bieber. We had, Facebook will give you suggestions too, okay? And we put in, sorry, I'm writing this like upside down. That's backwards. That's fine. You guys get the idea, okay? So now we got 3 new audiences back in, and then same thing with the ads. Now we got to put in the ads we turned off. Okay? You get the idea, right? You get the idea, okay? This goes on and on forever, till the end of time, okay? Just for the end of time, this is all we do. This is all we do. This is all we do. We get to a point though, right? Where, okay, there are, say, these 2 audiences have been profitable for about a month now, right? They've been crushing it week over week. They're profitable, okay? And then say maybe 2 ads in each of these audiences. Week after week, they're profitable, right? So we've got what we call winners. This audience is a winner and this audience is a winner. We're going to keep these. We're going to let them keep doing their thing because we got to keep testing. We got to keep finding winners. But we've got this audience is a winner along with just these 2 ads, okay? Then this audience is a winner with just these 2 ads. And the thing is that what's crazy is that like an ad in this audience might perform really well, but in this audience, it might tank. So you don't know. So this is why we're always testing. So now what we do is we're going to isolate this audience and these 2 ads, and we're going to duplicate it. This is what we call scaling. We're going to duplicate it, okay? That's an option you can have in there, is duplicate it. But all we're duplicating is this one audience and these two creatives. We're not duplicating anything else. And then same with this. We're going to duplicate this one audience and those two. And then we're going to add a lot of budget, right? Because we know we're not just gambling now. We know these are winners. These are winners. Month over month or week over week, they've been profitable. So we know if we put more money into them, this is what it's called, like smart scaling. Like we know what we're doing. Okay. Also, when you do this, when you're duplicating it, you read the data, right? So what placement has converted the best, right? Maybe Facebook newsfeed is spending a lot of money, but nobody's converting there, right? They're all converting on, say, Instagram stories. So when we duplicate, now we're going to eliminate Facebook newsfeed placement, right? We want to stop spending money where people aren't converting. Same with age range, right? Maybe, it's Gen Z, right? But, maybe all the way up to 45, they're purchasing, but 45 plus, they're not purchasing and it's spending money there. We're going to eliminate that age bracket, right? So this is what it's called, smart scaling, okay? Keep in mind, this is an acquisition campaign, okay? So we were just targeting new customers. Then there's a whole other world of remarketing, okay? And things are going to be, the campaign, right? We're going to optimize again for purchases. We're going to do the same thing, 5 to 10 audiences, but the audiences are going to be from like steps in the customer's journey, right? So we'll target the audience is going to be, and this is where the pixel comes into play, where we've been tracking, like this audience will be people who visited the website, but they didn't purchase, right? This audience is going to be people who saved the ad, right? They must have really liked it because they saved it, but they didn't purchase, okay? Now we got to target them. Then this one's going to be like people who watched the ad maybe 25% of the way through, right? That's somebody who's actually interested. We're going to target them, okay? And so we're going to do that with all of these. You can also create lookalike audiences, which I would consider like a warm acquisition. And what lookalike audiences are is say you take like all of the people that have purchased from you, right? We're going to take that audience and we're going to create an audience that looks just like it. So Facebook's going to take that audience. It's going to note all of their similarities, like their age range, the other things that they like, where they live, all of that stuff, and create an audience of people with those same characteristics. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, Facebook knows more about you than you know about yourself. I promise. If a product is free, we are the product. Just so you know. I'm not condoning it. It is what it is, okay? I think Facebook's the least of our worries. Like, there's a lot worse out there, okay? So that was it in a nutshell. Did you guys learn a lot? I feel like I got I'm sorry this looks like trash, but I'm not an artiste. I'm a techie behind the scenes type person. So you can see why this would pay a lot of money, right? Like, and why it's so in depth. And a lot of it is being able to analyze that data properly, make good judgment calls and act on it, right? And so this is how, it ties into, this is what I teach in the 10-hour 10K work month. Like, I actually take you into my clients' accounts and I show you the exact moves I make. I go into retargeting, lookalikes, all of that stuff. I go into TikTok specifically, TikTok ads, and I go into email marketing. After you take the 10-hour 10K work month, you are a certified expert in these skills and trades, which is something you can only get online. You can only learn this stuff online. I learned it online. Like I said, there's no degree in it, which is, again, crazy. Also not crazy because not everybody wants to go to school. I don't want to go to school. I tried to go to school. I'm a college dropout. Well, a college flunk out. I lasted about a semester and a half, and they told me that I was going to need to retake all of the classes because I was skipping all of the classes and failing. And I was like, no, bye, no. Because I didn't want to do that. And I incorporate this into the entire 10-hour 10K work month framework because you can take these skills, this skill in particular, which is the highest paying skill, and turn it into an entire business that allows you to work only 10 hours and make 10K per month, at least 10K per month. I have clients alone that pay me 10K per month. I make 6 figures a month doing this. I know people who do this, like personally, I know people who do this that make 7 figures a month, right? It makes me feel like, what am I doing over here? A little 6 figure a month there, which is crazy because like when I made my first 10K month, to me, that was like, oh my God, life changing. Like I've been like broke, okay? Like I've been kicked out of my apartment. I've lost my car. I have put groceries away at the grocery store back because like my card declined because I couldn't pay, and like having to put your groceries back and then leaving with like out food to eat is like wild. It's bonkers. And so, you know, I teach you everything in the 10-hour, 10K work month. You're a certified expert in all three of those services and skills. After you take it, I teach you then how to position yourself as an expert so that you can actually attract those high-paying clients with a free website using AI and then a LinkedIn page. Again, I've been doing this for 11 years. I know exactly what you need to have on those pages to close those clients and to get them, to attract them, the recruiters, position yourself as the go-to person in the industry. Then I teach you how to actually get clients, right? We all know that this is the hardest part, okay? Like, nobody's fooling anybody here. I'm not sitting here around telling you that this is the easiest thing in the world to do, okay? This is not a get rich quick thing by any means. Trust me, you don't want that anyway. It blows up in your face 100% of the time. It's not easy, but I make it as easy as possible. And to me, working a 9-to-5 in an office for 40 hours a week where I can barely make ends meet, that's hard. That's hard. So this to me is a lot easier, right? It's not easy, but it's a lot easier than that. So I teach you how to get clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed. I give you every single resource you need to make that happen. So cover letter templates, proposal templates, contract templates, scope of service templates, client onboarding checklists, mock interviews with clients, competitor analysis reports, literally everything you need. It's like a turnkey business. You just have to implement and execute. And these aren't like run-of-the-mill templates. These are, I close 10K a month clients, and these are the exact templates and resources that I use. So you get expert level stuff right out the get-go. The resources in there alone are worth the price of the bootcamp. Then, right now, how do we get to working, right? We've learned the skill. We've got the clients. We're an expert. How do we get paid, right? How do we get paid? That's where I've seen every other training, every other course fall short. I even had, like one of my students tell me that she spent like $12,000 on other courses and not one of them taught how to actually get clients. And she said after she purchased the 10-hour, 10K work month, within 2 weeks, she had $18,000 worth of monthly retainers because she was like, that was just the missing puzzle piece. Like, I just didn't know how to get clients. So then I teach you right now, we got to get into not working, right? How do we work only 10 hours per month? How do we do that, right? Welcome to the digital age. We can automate the entire thing using AI, and we can delegate the work out to freelancers on Fiverr. In the bootcamp, I walk you through how to outsource all of the work to freelancers, what that looks like, how all the templates and resources for that, how to properly vet them, onboard them, you get that. Then I teach you how to automate the entire thing using AI. Like if you think what I share on social media about AI is good, it doesn't hold a candle to what's in the course. Like if you even thought what was taught in here was good, like what's in the course is nuts compared to this. And like the expert, like little things that you can only really learn from an expert, where I'm saying like, you know, always optimize for the client's end goal purchases, which is like, I talk to agencies all the time who charge a shit ton. And the things that they do for their clients, I'm like, oh my God, you're losing them so much money. So this is stuff that like is really only expert level stuff that you can learn from somebody actively doing it. It's not like a professor where they can teach you like theory of what should work, right? Like I'm teaching you what's actually working. I'm doing it right now. Like I have clients right now. And then of course, how to automate the entire thing using AI, the back end, how to leverage the best AI tools out there, how to become the best prompt engineer, all of the admin stuff automated. I give you guys my AI automation that books clients fully on autopilot. Like I built it out in Zapier. It took me like 6 months to build out with a custom GPT. It pitches my services for me to leads on my behalf, totally and completely, and like books clients. It's nuts. It's nuts. AI is so cool. How lucky are we to live in this time? Like crazy. Walsh Media says you're a student and you love the course and you've learned so much. You have your website ready and all of your profiles completed and you will be spending the weekend applying for jobs. There are lots. Yes, I'm so stoked for you. How awesome is that? Please keep us posted on your results and your progress. I can't wait. Like I'm telling you, I get messages from you guys, like students or even like followers, and it's like the coolest thing ever. It's so cool. Like this is amazing. I'm so stoked. I can't believe I'm in this position with you guys. How cool is this? So the boot camp is going to be half off for about the next 40 minutes only. because I do have to go in about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna let the sale ride for 30 minutes after the live. It's typically $4,000 all in. You get everything, including the student-only Facebook group. It's an amazing community. Not only do I answer every question that gets asked in there, but you'll get tips and advice from other students. It's just a really good place. It's what I wish I had when I started, like some place where I could go and like, I'm around my people, right? And we can talk, we can strategize and like get advice and help. You get lifetime access to their self-paced video modules. You can take it at your leisure, always go back, rewatch, all of that good stuff. And I'm always adding updates, so you're always entitled to any and all updates. I'm going to do a complete overhaul of the course very, very soon. I will probably raise the price once I do that, but if you've already purchased, you're grandfathered in, don't worry, you never have to spend another dime. And that will probably come within a month or so. So get ready, get excited for that, because you guys, it's going to be real good. So yeah, if you click the link in my profile, it'll take you to my link tree. It's going to be the first link in my link tree. 10-hour, 10K work month bootcamp. The discounts automatically apply to checkout, so it's just under $2,000. And there is Afterpay or Klarna if you want a payment plan option. I saw that, somebody was just asking about that. So I do want to open it up for Q&A, and then, so maybe I'll stay a little bit longer than 5 minutes because I do want to give you guys a real good opportunity for Q&A. And then, you guys, like I said, I'm going to announce a giveaway winner. Don't think I forgot. How could I forget? So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see, maybe I can go back and kind of look at some questions that you guys asked. Let's see what we got. You'd love to learn more from me, please do a recap. I will upload this on YouTube, and I'll send it out to you guys in an email probably on Saturday. You're a gem, by the way. Thank you so much. That is so nice. And I'm like, this is why I do what I do. Like, it means a lot to me. So thank you so much. What if you follow the plan and still low return on advertising spend? Have you had that happen? Like, do you turn down opportunities because a product is bad? What if the budget is bad? Do you not take the job? So there are a lot of factors that can come into play, right? And luckily Meta will tell you like where the customer is falling off, so you know kind of where the problem is, right? So say you're running an ad for a client, right? First of all, if you think the product is total garbage and bullshit, you shouldn't be working for somebody that you don't think you can help, right? Like if you don't believe in the product, it's just not going to be good. It's just not, it won't be symbiotic. You know what I mean? Like, just don't do it. But if you think the product is good and maybe it needs some fine tuning, you can always give them suggestions. Like, this is why I always do a competitor analysis report, because I'll show them like, look at what your competitor's doing. It's obviously working for them, so we need to implement kind of what they have. So do they have reviews top and center? You need to have reviews top and center, right? Do they have shipping, the price of shipping like directly on the product page, so it's not like a surprise that when they get to the checkout, it's like $10 shipping and the person's all pissed off and leaves, right? So there are little fine-tuning things you can do like that. And like I said, Meta will tell you where the customer falls off. So say you create the ad, right? An offer, and the product is visible, and you're optimizing for purchases, and you're getting a lot of people clicking through the ad and going to the product page, but then nobody even adds to cart, right? That's an indicator that the ad itself worked. They like what they saw in the ad, but something on the page threw them off, right? So maybe it was the price, maybe it was too expensive, okay? Now say they clicked through the ad, they got to the product page, they liked everything they saw there, they added to their cart, they get to checkout, they don't complete checkout. So something happened on the checkout page. And a lot of times something doesn't just necessarily happen on the checkout page. It typically takes, I think the psychology study is, they have to see this ad 7 times before they complete their purchase. Or an ad for that product, not the same ad necessarily, but you get the idea. Before they actively complete the purchase. But if you're seeing that you're not getting any purchases whatsoever, and but they did add to their cart, there's something on the checkout page that scared them, or they didn't like. And so you can fine tune there. So like, if all of that is trash, right, you don't want to run traffic to a page that's not set up for success, right? And you tell them that. And you show them their competitors and say you wanna run with the big boys. You gotta set your setup like the big boys. Okay? Okay? You've been following me for about a year now. Love all my content, genuine approach. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. You guys, like I said, this is why I do what I do, and it really means a lot to me. Like, I wake up in the morning and I get messages from like students or from you guys being like, oh my God, I just used your prompt and like, I just made an extra $2,000, or oh my God, I just quit my job, or oh my God, I just had my first 10K month. And it's the coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, how do I not show up every single day and do this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, to be on this journey with you guys is the coolest thing ever. It's why I show up every single day. It's why I create content, like why I do what I do. It's genuinely you guys. This is the coolest thing ever. So thanks. How long does it take to be an expert in email marketing to be able to offer it as a service? I mean, technically there is no, because it's not like there's no degree in it, right? So you cannot even be an expert and call yourself an expert and then just kind of like learn along the way, right? We're so used to black and white, right? Like school, jobs, they're so black and white. And while like you shouldn't do that, right? You shouldn't not know it and then claim to be one. The thing is that like, there's no rule book. There's just no rule book. So it's more so like, okay, I feel like I have a good enough understanding. I think I've got a good handle on this. I'm going to be able to do this job adequately. For some people, that's really a small amount of time. Let me put this into perspective for you, okay? I was going to school for computer science, right? I thought, oh, a woman in tech, I'm going to make so much money. Because, you know, doesn't everybody want to make money? So I was learning how to code. I wanted to build websites. I thought that would be really cool. So I had an intro to CSS class, right? And that coding is very tedious. It is not fun. It is very, very tedious and mind-numbing. And so one semester was going to be spent on learning how to code a teddy bear, right? If you've taken an intro to CSS class around 2008, 2009, not to show my age, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I was sitting in class that day and I was like, my mind was numb, like doing this. And I was like, okay, I can't believe we're going to do an entire semester of this. This feels like torture. So I literally went home and I Googled, okay, how to code a teddy bear like JavaScript. Guess what? It took me 20 minutes. 20 minutes. It took me 20 minutes to figure out what we were going to learn in the entirety of a semester, okay? So just put that into perspective that like, just because something says it takes this long doesn't mean it actually does, okay? I started building websites and making money within 6 months of learning how to code websites. I got a contract job to build a website. They were happy. It worked out great. So, and that's being 100% self-taught without taking a course or anything. So, you know, there's no rule book. Don't feel like you have to like do a certain amount of anything just because somebody else did it or somebody else is telling you to do that. Can somebody over 40 do this? I'm almost 40. Yeah, of course. Of course. One of my most successful students, Rick, who he came and joined me on a live. He purchased the 10-hour 10K work month, and within 2 months, because he was like crushing it using the AI automation that I have in there for you to get leads. Within 2 months, he had $50,000 worth of monthly retainers offering meta ad services to med spas and plastic surgeons at 10K a pop. And he's in his late 50s and he's like a film director, like no computer experience whatsoever. So yeah, absolutely. Lucy, take a chance and get in the course. Thank you, Lucy. I hope you're enjoying it so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you guys, it's going to be half off for like the next 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to keep doing some Q&A for the next 5 minutes, and then I'll announce the giveaway winner. Okay? Does that sound good? Does that sound good? So if you guys want to win the giveaway, just let me know. Because I already have who's been in here for a while, and I want to give it to somebody who's like always active in my comment section, all of that good stuff. How do we enter? There's no entry. I'm just going to pick at random. Is your advice to businesses financial advice? I mean, I don't teach financial advice, so probably not. I wouldn't say so. Okay, hang on. Let me see. Let me go back because I did take note. Okay, you guys, you know what I'm going to do? First of all, I'm going to do 5 more questions. And you know what? You know what I'm going to do? Because I am live on both TikTok and Instagram, and because I want to be fair, I'm going to give away 2 courses. I'm going to give away 2 courses, one on TikTok and one on Instagram. So you get a course and you get a course. So I'm super, super stoked. But yeah, let's do 5 more minutes of questions. I'll pick a winner and then we can wrap this bad boy up, okay? And keep in mind, 10-hour, 10K work month is half off. I'm not sure the next time I'll go live. I know like Fridays, I tend not to do much because that is the beauty of barely working is you get to wake up and decide what it is you want to do that day. And if it's nothing, you don't have to do anything. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, any last quick questions? What kind of budget is needed for all of those ad sets and ads? Great question. The thing is, when it comes to advertising on these platforms, it's not like the more money you spend, the better the ads perform, right? It's not like, oh, my ad's not doing well because I'm not spending enough money. It's not like that at all. It's all based on reach, right? So this is obviously arbitrary, but just to give context, like, you know, say you spend $1, it reaches 1 person, right? It's all about reach. And so if you spend $100, you'll reach 100 people. And obviously the results will be exactly the same. It's just the less you spend, the longer it takes to get the results. So there's no like, what should the budget be in order to get results, right? Like, but you know, you don't want to take years to get results, right? So, you know, I want to say any minimum, at least, if you want to see the needle move, $1,000 to $5,000 minimum. $500 a month. You're just, the needle's like, you know what I mean? Do businesses give you money to spend on ads? So I covered this earlier. Ad spend is totally separate from what I charge, what we charge as media buyers. They don't give us money and we spend our own money. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. If a client is trying to get you to do that, it's a scam. Run, okay? I've never had that happen, but like that's not how it works. You get assigned to their ad account. Their credit card is on file. You're simply managing it and making the moves. It's all their spend. Everything's in their name. Have I ever been fired from one of these jobs because you didn't meet their expectations in that initial contract? So the initial contract. So first, not really. I've been like fired kind of like mutual only twice. Okay. And in the contracts, right, you don't make guarantees because you can't. Facebook can't guarantee anything. That would be nice, but you can't make any guarantees. Nothing is guaranteed in life, especially ads. So you can't make any guarantees, right? So there's the expectation is like, here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to lay out this strategy and these campaigns, and we're going to be testing all of this stuff. We're going to see what happens, right? That's what's pretty much in the contract, right? Not like we will get you these results by this time. There is no, that doesn't exist. That would be nice though. And so the first time that happened to me was with my very first client where they fired me. And that was because I dropped the ball because I was scared and I had severe imposter syndrome. So for the people who think that you have to be perfect and all of this stuff, I make 6 figures a month now. And my very first client, I messed up so bad that they threatened to sue me. Because I stopped picking up the phone. I did the work, okay? I did the work, but to be fair, they were taking advantage of me and they kept asking me to do way more than what was in the scope agreed upon. And I should have said like, hold up, listen, sure, we can work that into the contract. Let's go back and revisit it and we can add additional budget for me to complete that task for you as well. I'm new, I didn't know what I was doing, right? This is why you learn from somebody who's been there and done that, because I can tell you like when I'm teaching it to you what to do and not to do stuff like this. And so they were calling me like 5-10 times a day, like maniacs. And I literally looked at the phone and saw them calling and I froze. I literally like, I couldn't move. I couldn't pick up the phone. And then like, you know, it was like, well, now I can't pick it up the next time they call, right? And so that went on for about 2 weeks. And they still called me nonstop. And then week 2, I was like, okay, I got to pick up the phone. And I did. And then they screamed at me like, oh my God, you better have been kidnapped. There's no excuse. Like, we're suing you. Give us our money back. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. What am I doing? Long story short, things cooled down. I was like, listen, my bad. Dropped the ball. No, I wasn't kidnapped. I'm new. Sorry. I did do all of the work and the work is really good. So let's just call it like, I give you back half your money. We call it. And so they did. And it was totally fine, you know? And so you live and you learn. The second client was not that long ago. It was actually during the pandemic. And I kind of felt bad for her because she was maybe spiraling because she had a product that was like really popular for festivals. And obviously during the pandemic, there were no festivals. So she was like looking for a miracle. And I'm not a miracle worker. I can make you money over a certain amount of time with strategy and implementation, but like she expected me to turn her ads into like, you know, millions within a week. And she would call me screaming and cursing at me. And keep in mind, her ads before me for the last year weren't profitable. She was literally losing money on ads. And I think with like in less than 30 days, I got her ads profitable. And she was still losing her mind. I think it was because her company was going under. But, and so she kind of fired me, but I kind of was like, let me go back and look at what our contract says. And she's like, you don't even know what's in your own contract? You don't even know what's in your own contract? I was like, of course I know what's in my own contract. I'm just trying to be professional and then rewrite you in an email being like, oh, listen, like, yeah, it does say we each have 30 days to terminate our contract. So let's do that. So yeah. Okay. So do we want to pick the giveaway winners? Do we want to pick them? Hopefully you guys are still in here because if you're not in this giveaway, I can't give it to you. Okay, people. Okay, so let me just answer this last question. We're talking about an LLC. You don't need an LLC starting out. I didn't have an LLC for my first 5 years till I hit my first $10,000. I got an LLC once I started getting up and going. You can operate totally completely as a 1099 contract worker. So don't think that you have to have something like that in place in order to start. What I recommend is getting clients first, getting money, and then getting an LLC. Okay, so I have 2 people written down, one on Instagram and one on TikTok that have been here for like a long time. So hopefully you guys are still in here because otherwise you can't claim it. This is a $4,000. So I'm like basically giving away $8,000 right now. Okay. So Instagram, are you ready? The winner is Denise Marie. Denise Marie, can you give us a something? And I'm going to have to follow you so that you can DM me and you can give me your email because I don't want you to put your email in the feed. I'll have to pick somebody else, Denise Marie, if you're not in here. Show yourself to Denise Marie, woohoo! Okay, hang on. Let me go ahead and follow you. It's not letting me follow you? Of course, I'm gonna have to do it on my desktop. Okay, give me 1 second, and then I'm gonna pick the winner over there. Because right after I get off this live, I'm gonna send you a message, and get your email. But why can't I follow you on Denise too? Let me see. Oh, why can't I find you? Am I spelling it right? Denise. I don't know why it's not letting me follow you. That's so weird. Okay, you're gonna have to follow me. I'm sure you are following me. Follow me and send me a DM. If right when I get off this, if you don't get a message back from me in 10 minutes, shoot me an email at 10hour10kworkmonth@gmail.com. Here, I'll write it here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do TikTok. Okay, but I'll probably be able to find you in my DMs. I don't know why I can't find you on my desktop. That is so weird. I feel like I'm spelling it wrong. Anyways, okay. All right, so TikTok, are we ready? Hopefully you're still in here because we've got Connor Burke. Is there a Connor Burke in the house? Connor Burke, will the real Connor Burke please stand up? If he's not in here again, I will have to pick somebody else. Oh, we got a Connor Burke in here. Okay. I think I can follow you easily. Okay, Connor, I followed you. I'll be able to DM you right after this. And Denise, I will definitely get it to you. I'm going to search for you as soon as I get off here. So you guys, I hope you guys, let me know if you guys found this. First of all, congrats, guys. I'm so stoked for you. You're going to have to keep us posted on your progress. Make sure you join the Facebook group, the student-only Facebook group. Super stoked for you. You guys will have the course in like 10 minutes after the live. So congratulations. I'm so excited for you guys. And you guys are going to get the updates, like all of that good stuff. I'm not sure if I'll do another live training. I've been really liking these. Let me know if you guys thought this was good, if you guys thought this was beneficial, and I'll keep doing them. I think that the 10-hour 10K work month is going to be half off for like the next 15 minutes only. Let me see. Okay, it says 20 minutes left for the 10-hour 10K work month half off. I typically don't go live on Fridays. It is a Memorial Day weekend. So I'm probably not going to go live on Monday either. I'm taking a long weekend. But yeah, so that means that this could be the last chance to get it half off before the weekend. And if this is something like, you know, you want to take this long weekend to actually dive into something, to learn something new, like it's so underestimated how like if we just commit to something for like 6 months and we're consistent with it, like the entire trajectory of our lives can change. I've seen it happen. Like Danny, she's one of my students. In the first 4 months, after she purchased the course, she had $80,000 worth of monthly retainers offering med ad services to insurance companies. Like she hit my numbers. It took me 11 years to hit those numbers. And it's just like when you actually lay that plan out and like nothing actually kicks your butt into gear, then it's like a signal to your brain when you actually make an investment. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, now I got to make good on that investment. Like, let's get going. Let's get this shit running. Let's make money, right? So yeah, if you guys click the link in my profile, it'll take you to my link tree. It's going to be the first link in my link tree. The enrollment page has got lots of student testimonials. And the checkout page has a discount automatically applied at checkout. And there is Afterpay or Klarna if you would like a payment plan option. So yeah, any last quick questions we can address before I head out? Sabra, yay, they're gonna love the course. Thank you so much. She's one of my students and I'm so glad you guys are loving the course. This is so awesome. I'm trying to read through some of these comments. Where did you learn your digital skills? So I've been doing this for over 11 years. Been a lot of trial and error, been through a lot of mistakes. I'm self-taught. Like I'm fully, completely self-taught on the automation, the delegation, all of that stuff. I watched YouTube videos. Again, this was probably like 11 years ago. You guys, this is so exciting. I'm so excited for the winners too. Okay, so maybe I'll get off here and get those winners their prize. So thank you guys so much. If you guys like this and if you guys are signed up for my emails, please don't forget when you hit the New York Times bestsellers list. Hopefully, guys, could you imagine? How cool would that be? Yeah, if you guys didn't know, don't worry, Connor, I'll send you a DM. Like right after this live, I'll send you a DM. But in case you guys didn't know, like the 10-hour 10K work month framework has been like so like noticed and like changed so many people's lives that I've been published in like Business Insider, Medium, and then like I've been recognized by Macmillan Publishing House. They sent me like a book advance to write a book, like legit. We just sold the Audible rights to Audible, the audio rights to Audible, so you guys can get it in audio form. Like crazy cool. It's what got me my podcast deal with HubSpot, which is like insane. Like I can't believe it. Like crazy. Like it's just crazy that this has turned into like such a revolution, and it's changing so many people's lives. Like, you know, I don't wake up in the morning and go like, yay, another day of media buying, right? Like I wake up in the morning and I get messages from students, or I see your guys' comments about like what this has done for you and how it's changed your life. And it's like, how do I not keep showing up every day and doing this? Like, this is what gives me purpose and fulfillment. It's the coolest thing ever to be on this journey with you guys. It's amazing. And I'm so stoked. And like knowing that like it's changing people's lives and it's changed my life, and like sharing that success alongside with you guys is the coolest thing ever. It's so cool. Okay, so I'm gonna run 10-hour 10K work month. Let me see real quick. Is half off for the next 17 minutes only. Okay, guys, 17 minutes only. If you click the link on my profile, it'll take you to my link tree. It's the first link in my link tree. The enrollment page has tons of additional information, and there is Afterpay and Klarna discount is automatically applied at checkout. Okay, so you guys were asking, will this be uploaded anywhere? Yes, I will upload this to YouTube, and I will send it out to you guys in an email once it's live, probably on Saturday. So sign up for my emails. You can sign up for my emails in my profile in my link tree as well. I give out tons of free prompts, like an anti-workaholic digest, like really, really cool stuff. You can unsubscribe at any time. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the live training. You know, comment on my videos. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it, and I'll try to keep doing them because I do want to just be like a resource for you guys as much as possible. So thank you guys so much for being here. Like I said, I don't think I'll go live at all, probably until Tuesday. So like last chance to get it half off for a while, because it's Memorial Day weekend. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I will talk and see you guys all soon. Bye. And congrats, giveaway winners.